When it comes to tribes, police on a reservation and police off of a reservation, say in a nearby town, don't always do a good job of talking with one another and sharing crucial information meant to keep people safe. Now, that's changing.
The U.S. Justice Department just announced that 6 Washington tribes are gaining access to national crime information databases. The move greatly expands their ability to investigate crimes and coordinate with law enforcement across the country during investigations involving sex offenders, firearms, and protection orders.
Getting those numbers have been very difficult, not only for our tribal nations, but for anyone.
Earth Feather Sovereign is founder of the group Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women Washington. Her group and others like it nationwide have been trying to raise awareness of what they say is a crisis on reservations, where women have gone missing at an alarming rate. Investigating those cases is complicated when law enforcement doesn't have access to national crime data.
Do you feel like you're making progress?
Yes, even though they seem like baby steps, it's not a miracle, but we are making progress, and our community is beginning to heal.
With this latest group of tribes just announced by the Justice Department, there are now 15 Washington tribes with expanded access to that important crime database information. In Olympia, Ted Land, King 5 News.